Hello and welcome to another episode of Mole Reacts here on my channel. My name is ChaosMoe and today we are watching live the big Paradox and Triumph Studios reveal. I'm not alone, I have also my community here with me because, well, we're streaming this live. So if you're wondering who am I talking to, it's my chat. Say hi, chat. And hi, YouTube, hi. Yeah, exactly. We have that out of the system. Thanks, chat. So if you're wondering, Triumph Studios, who was that again? That was the creators of Age of Wonders and Age of Wonders Planetfall, which was the latest one. And believe it or not, the last DLC of Planetfall is already over 2 years ago. They haven't really done anything in the last 2 years, despite us being on YouTube already. Actually, pretty good point. Yeah, we are already on YouTube doing the YouTube thing. Weird. But no, the last big update for Planetfall was 2 years ago, and the game came out in 2019. So it has been 3 years. Nearly 4 years. Well, actually 3 years, because I think Planetfall came out in November or something. So yeah, it has been quite some time till we heard anything from Triumph. We don't really know what this will be here, but let's be real, it will probably be Age of Wonders 4, because they said we have to expect something magical, and the only game where there is magic is probably Age of Wonders. And also the background, you can see some floating islands there and whatnot. Again, pretty sure this is Age of Wonders 4. I love the Age of Wonders series. I've met multiple 100 hours in Age of Wonders and Planetfall combined. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a new Age of Wonders game. Absolutely. Even if it is not just Age of Wonders 4, but something completely different, I am all for it, because I think they're really good games, and they are the better, I hate to say it at this point and to compare it, but since Heroes of Might and Magic is dead, Age of Wonders has really carried that genre. They've really carried that shit. Like, yeah. Battletech 2, please. Well, that's Hairbraid Studios, not Triumph. And also they said something magical. I mean, mechs can be very magical, but I don't think that's what they meant. No, but I'm pretty sure it will be Age of Wonders. I will be honest, though. I will be honest. I do not know what to expect. Oh, by the way, for everyone who is watching live, please refresh. I had multiple connection issues before we started this, and you were probably like a good minute behind or something.
Hi, I'm Knorr, and this is the announcement show from Paradox Interactive and Triumph Studios,
outfit,
where we are going to reveal what the next game from Triumph is.
Yes!
Now, normally, at an announcement show like this, we'd spend a lot of time hinting and teasing about what the game might be, and you'd sit here for a really long time not knowing. But we're not going to do that this time.
Yay!
Instead, we're going to play a trailer.
Awesome! Let's do this. Give me the trailer. Ooh. Oh, that looks very Age of Wonders. Very colorful. They like to do that with their first cinematic trailers. Stargate Renaissance. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Yay! Oh, it looks good. This soon?
Lennart, Jordy, welcome to our Stage of Wonders. It's
Holy
finally
shit.
here, and it's finally time to talk
What?
about it. But before we do, now, Lennart, 25 years ago, when kind of this journey started,
I love that.
is this where you expected to end up?
You mean as a middle-aged man dressed up as a wizard?
Exactly, that's exactly what I meant.
Yeah, I'm loving it. It's fantastic.
Jordy.
It looks a bit like...
Age of Wonders 4, how long has the team been working on it?
Concepting started back after the first DLC.
What's his
for
name?
Planfall, so that's November 2019.
Baldur's
so
Gate.
About 2.5 years at this point, and we're very excited to finally
Sven.
show
Yeah,
off.
Sven
We
Winke.
should,
Thank
and
you.
we are going
I was
to talk
like,
about it, but
Sven,
before
Sven.
we get
Hey, he
into
looks a
the
bit like
nitty-gritty of
Sven.
Age of Wonders 4, if someone's watching that isn't necessarily 100% up to date with the Age of Wonders series, what is it? And, well, give me the elevator pitch.
All right. So, Age of Wonders is a fantasy strategy series.
He sounds a little
where
bit like
you
Sven.
build an empire, fight tactical battles.
Sven?
And the core experience.
What
is
are you-
centered
what are you
about
doing
the
on the
ruler,
side?
Sort of, you rule a fantasy empire as a sort of role-playing experience, and we've really taken that central aspect to the next level in this game. You can create your own
I
faction,
love how
your
this
own
looks.
race.
Oh my god, this, the
anything
badger.
goes from
I
Toadman
just
to
see the
Ratman.
badger.
And by researching tomes of magic, I think we have 50.
We have over 50, 54 at this point, and they come in all kinds of flavors. Tome of Cryomancy, Tome of Pyromancy,
Wait,
Subjugation,
Teleportation.
Vigor. It goes in all directions.
Yeah, so if you want to create a race that just wants to get out of here, you focus on teleportation and then you're done.
Yeah, but the key thing is that
you
don't lock
create your
yourself
own
into
race completely
a
now?
pre-made faction to start, but you can actually evolve during play and adapt to all sorts of situations, the type of enemies that
Oh
you
my
encounter,
god,
the terrain
that's
that you
amazing.
encounter, the type of victory condition that you pursue. So there's a lot of flexibility and molding as you go, and it's an entirely different experience.
And as I'm sure everyone can tell,
love
we
the
could
badger.
sit here and talk about this for hours.
Look at the badger.
But we're actually going to do something a lot better. We're going to sit here and show you Age of
Yes!
Wonders 4. So how about we jump into the game and I'll let you guys
I
tell
love
us
the
what
no
we're seeing.
marketing
Alright.
bullshit.
Let's go.
I have been told that this is the Mage Haven. Lennart, what's the Mage Haven?
Confidential.
Mage Haven is the title screen. It's
Okay,
the,
yeah, thanks.
It's the place between worlds where the wizards come
Online multiplayer.
converge, and
Good,
plan their
good.
invasions to the various worlds that you can travel to. But from here we are going to create a new game. So you can choose one of the story realms, pre-made challenge scenarios, or you can create a new one. So let's go in and do that.
New stuff.
Okay, this is a
Yeah, so
map.
there's lots of things you can customize. Of course, the number of players, the size, and whatnot. But you can also add traits to these worlds to make them, more unique and sort
Like
of
a
like to
real
tell a
map
story
generator
about,
now where you can
the
choose
thing
stuff
that,
directly.
that you're playing. Some of them are very advanced, but let's just pick Highlands for now and go in. Here we have a list of rulers. You can pick a pre-made one. For example, we have very cool cat people. We have more traditional human feudal
Khajiit
lords.
likes.
There is toads, yes. We've got rat people.
Oh god, the
and
Vermintide.
so on.
Yeah, the toads are
But,
back.
of course,
Okay.
creating your own faction is the coolest.
It's
Boobers.
the coolest and it's the newest,
It's
right?
the newest.
This
Yes.
is not something that has been in Age of Wonders before.
No, you can actually create your starting race in this game. So you pick by choosing your form first.
Yes, your
Moles!
physical shape that your faction takes. And we have many different forms.
Game of the year.
several
Game of the
coming
year.
from our
Game of the
earlier
year.
entries.
Click on the mole.
As we start,
Click
we
on
have
the mole.
Tigrans, we have toads, rats, but we also have the elves, the humans.
The
and
orcs.
We have the orcs, and besides the form,
Click on the
it also
moles.
defines certain physical attributes about your race. In this case, orcs, they are strong and they're ferocious.
But
It's-
we could, if we
it's
wanted
the
to,
age of the
swap
moles.
these for whatever
Yes.
else trait we want
Yes, if
in
you
that
want
same slot.
if you want orcs that are
They're
extra
debating
hungry,
me
you can
right
do
now.
that.
Extra. Hungry
Like-
orcs.
Swarming orcs and
Click on the
let's go,
mole.
for these
Oh my
guys.
god.
Right. So next step is culture. Culture defines their starting units, the starting buildings, and the starting city. It's really their origin. So how do you find them when they are just crawling around their place? Before
Oh yeah,
you
we are
invade
doing a
your
mole
wizard king?
playthrough.
So we can have feudal orcs, we can have barbarian orcs, industrious orcs, mystic orcs. But as we are going a bit tropey, we're going to use barbarians for now.
Barbarian orcs, classic.
That's
Industrious orcs
cool.
could work really well too.
Those are your
We have
traits.
here a
Good and
next step,
bad.
which are the society traits. So there's a whole bunch of them, and they basically allow you to tweak your culture further by adding additional ones.
Now, Jordi, I noticed on the previous page and on this page as well that all of these picks have icons, affinity icons, on
Yeah.
the side. Can you talk a bit about what they are?
Yes, so like you said, they are the affinities. These are cosmic
look at
forces that basically
Wow, this is
define
so
how
much
your
more
empire further
in-depth.
evolves. It ties into the empire development.
This is so
but
much
it
more
also
in
makes
depth
it
than they
easy
have
to
everything
spot when you meet another
they have done
ruler, another
before
faction, because it kind of tells
with
you what
Age
you
of
can expect
Wonders.
from these.
Like, keep in mind you could
opponents.
build your
So what are we
own
picking tonight?
hero kind of
we're
thing.
picking ruthless.
Something
Fun.
ruthless.
Really just
Ruthless raiders.
Heroes. Yeah.
So this affects a part of
not
their
your
economy.
own race.
Like
This
they loot
this
from the
is
battlefield.
far beyond
food
they have ever
and
done
drafts.
anything
so basically
before.
You can see that they scavenge as they go across the place. So highly mobile race. It's a good
Yeah.
match for this trait. It will also affect their alignment, and we can also pick ritual cannibals, which allows them to eat enemies and themselves.
So we're ritual cannibals and we're ruthless raiders, or rather, our people are, because
Yeah, we can of course uplift them.
yes, this is true.
You know, during play, this is how we start. Right.
This is how we start.
okay.
Right. So next step.
So we're on the tome page. We talked about tomes previously, that there's 54 of them, meaning a lot. That's a big number. And now we get to pick just one, right?
Tome of
You
the
get-
Horde.
Everyone gets one.
At the start of the game, you pick a low tier or like tier 1 tome. That sets off your magic use, and every tome contains a number of spells. Spells can be unit enchantments, world spells.
That is
summons,
so cool.
summons,
And
combat spells.
45
combat spells
tomes?
as well. Yeah. So
What?
yeah, I'm sort of like drawn to cryomancy because we're in Stockholm and it's was snow outside.
Yeah, and people are like, it's cold. It's
Yeah.
just below freezing, so it's
Right.
t-shirt weather. It's
Like,
not very cold at all, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But this is essentially your, for to take a gameplay term, right? This is part of a tech tree in a sense.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're cold orcs.
Yeah.
Let's
so
go.
So you're
we're building
focusing
up
on
sort of like
cold now.
Spreading our affinities into chaos, shadow, and nature at this point. So 3 out of 6. And then next step, we'll be choosing what sort of ruler we are. What is our
Oh.
origin? So you can start off as a hero of the people, a champion who has good relations with the cities around them because they are from that world.
Yeah.
Free cities,
They have
okay.
more experience and they have some economic bonuses. Or we can pick a returning wizard king, and they are less popular with the people because they see their people more as minions.
Yeah.
To have their own imperialistic ideals, but yeah, they will make awesome spellcasters, and you don't.
I
need
wonder
to be
if
evil,
you have
can be evil.
more than
but,
two.
Yeah, let's pick one of those.
Let's pick a wizard king.
Yeah. All right, so here we
That
get
this
to
is-
define our wizard king. Oh, look, our wizard king is a
My
bit shrouded
gosh.
at this point. There's
Okay,
lots of
this is what
things
you
here
could do
can
in
change.
the other
You can, of
Age of
course,
Wonder
randomize
games.
your people. You can be
Not
of
as
a different
crazy, though.
race than your minions.
If you're a wizard king, can you be that if you're a champion as well?
No, you were
Where's
always
the
of
mole?
the people.
Where's the mole?
Um,
Show the mole.
So here we go, and yeah, let's build a.
Let's build something. I want to see something from a previous entry. Do we have any ice wizards or ice witches?
I think we definitely do.
Yes.
Arctica.
Arctica.
Let's go. Let's build Arctica,
All right. So
the North Star.
yeah, we have like a huge amount of sliders to change the outfits. We have. Let's maybe start off with.
Yeah, this is what you could do in the previous
this big
Age of
helmet
Wonders
because it
games.
sort of
Like, you could
obscures her. Oh, look,
customize
broken
your
helmet, that looks
character.
scary.
This looks crazy.
Look,
Right.
But they were
and
never
Arctica is
that
so
deep.
lovely generally.
Yeah.
Not
Holy
at all scary.
shit.
Yeah,
And the game is
lots of
coming out on
outfits.
May
Maybe
2nd.
this is a bit cold.
No, it's fine.
Like,
but this is
what?
all. This is just the cosmetic and the look of our leader, right? It doesn't
Less than
actually
4
affect
months.
any
Less than
game,
4 months.
There's no gameplay implications of what we're picking
Well,
on these.
you can choose your starting weapon, which affects the look a
Oh.
little bit, but of course you're very quick you're able to switch this out and evolve your personal skills, your personal fighting skills of your ruler quickly
so
during the game.
And I think we're going to be stuck here forever. So let's just assume that we have a save of Arctica available so that we can keep on going. Because otherwise,
Surprise,
you
we
wouldn't
prepared
leave
something.
This screen. The character and the faction that we've created is the starting point, right? But you guys have been talking a bit about tomes, about evolution of the faction and your leader as the game progresses. Can you talk a bit more about that?
Yeah, correct. So the thing is, with an empire builder 4X game set in a fantasy setting, there's always this notion of factions being.
By the
a bit
way, is
static.
that a
So
5e
what we
dagger
did
from
with this game
D&D?
is looked into ways of how to evolve.
Careful,
that faction
Triumph
further, maybe
Studios.
see as in a
Don't let
sci-fi
that see
game.
Wizard of the Coast.
Yeah, so you keep on adding tomes as you play that develop your people, so you can actually transform them physically, affecting their combat abilities, the type of buildings that you can build in your domains, the type of spell that you use in battle or on the world map. So it's really about agency. We have a new event system where it reacts to the choices that you make. So if you are an evil player, you might get different events than when you're a good player. And these events can come from your own population.
I mean, they
from,
had this before,
independent cities,
but
or
not
from
as
encounters on the map.
strong.
And these all tie various systems together. For example, diplomacies, heroes, relations with the various people on the map, to craft a personal narrative.
Once again, I'm going to have to stop you because I feel like whenever I ask something, we can talk about it for ages and ages and ages of wonder. But the pretend earpiece I have in my ear says that we should get back into gameplay.
Oh my
Alright,
God,
so
yes.
we descended here on this town in this nice looking highlands landscape. We can now rotate across the map, zoom
Okay.
in really
So
close.
hilly.
Yeah, and of course
Oh,
we can
wow,
zoom
that's
in
super
all the
hilly.
way. So here we are
In Korheim.
at the start. So we have our starting city. It's an orc town.
Okay, so
orc
far
town.
it looks
Name them cannibal orcs. Here we
alright.
have, for example, some cool-looking war shaman who's got.
Corpse eating! We
Yes.
picked that.
Yep, we picked that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, let's go look around. What do we have around us? We have some nodes which are protected by some independent guards. We have
That
some,
looks Age of Wonders.
nodes
Yes.
that are
Yes.
just ready for
I
the
mean-
taking. Our city will grow from this point on.
The interface and
let's,
all
go
that
out,
was
venture
always
forth and,
fine,
clear
right?
out this
Like,
small
why fix
group
it?
of lesser
Stone
stone
spirits.
spirits.
They're
Whenever
Do
you go
it.
into battle, you get a quick preview. You can choose to fight manually or automatic, as this is going to be quite an inconsequential fight. I'll just go.
Hit
yeah,
manual.
let's,
And pick their loot. I mean,
let's auto combat
Yeah,
until
I
we
think
find something.
these people might have, these creatures might have joined me from the astral sea to this location.
We
and,
did it.
We cleared them. So we got some loot.
Sir.
So this is some extra loot that we got from destroying those enemies. As we are raiders, we are ruthless raiders, and we got some a pickup.
Unfortunately, I'm
We
a little
got,
bit in
gold
the way.
And indeed, from the
if
Lucas
you want
areas, we
to-
got the food and the draft.
Yeah.
Let me put myself
from this
down
point on, we
here
can decide
so we
to,
can actually see the interface in the top
use our
left
scout
corner.
and,
I say, I see something glimmering over there.
in the distance, yeah. Let's move these guys over here. These are some mana crystals. Let's get a feel for the lay of the land. Let's move one of our Cinderers south.
Well, is there anything else we need to do on turn one?
Yeah, well,
Yes,
we need
have
to
a couple
move
of things.
a couple of things that we need to do. Look, we have encountered a
Oh.
independent city who are ruled by
Well,
Chieftain
not
Durlock,
independent for
Skullsplitter.
long, that's for
Um,
sure.
So these three cities you can enter into negotiations. Let's see what we have here. So this is their town. This is our town, so quite close.
Oh, yeah.
And they are actually of the same race. because they are sort of this spin-off.
So in theory, they should
be friendly.
Be friendly.
Yeah. So they have we have some overlapping affinities, of course, and they are
Fortress?
moderately
Oh,
happy
that's the
with
dungeon,
with
right?
We
The
can
Fortress
give
of
them
Woe?
one of our
It's probably a
whispering
dungeon.
stones, which are like
Oh, I
ways
wonder if
to
they
communicate
updated
in
the
this game
dungeons,
and
man.
manipulate our subjects. So this sets off the negotiations with them, and over time we will grow and form cooperation and vassalage.
Okay, this was in the game
as time
previously.
goes on. But the happier they are,
The faster it goes.
the faster it goes. There's also something interesting here. This is the Forest of Woe, which is what we call an ancient wonder. These sites, they contain, loot, adventures, but yeah, we'll move into that direction to see what the
With
what
only
it holds,
3
what
people?
it has in
Good
store
luck.
for us. So we've moved our troops. One of the first things that
research.
we'll do is set arcane research.
So
That's new.
We have 3 skills that we can pick from, and these are defined by the tomes that we have access to. These are from the Cryomancy, the Lesser Snow Spirit, the Blizzard, but also from our culture we have the Warrior Mark.
Also, it seems like they have cut down
and
on
of
the
course what we pick,
resources which you need to build
Will get
stuff.
researched over the next few turns.
Yeah, so you
Like,
can see the turn
look at the
counter
top.
below is how many turns it's going to take.
Yeah, and if you don't like this outcome,
It seems
we
like
can
they have
shuffle, then we can,
really-
they will draw
3
a new hand. But let's go for
Interesting.
The Snow Spirit.
the Snow Spirit. All right. And we have some productions to set. So we have 2 queues in the game, one for our buildings and one for our units. So maybe we should just, because we're going to be quite offensive, so maybe we should first invest in some units, because actually more units means more income
Better
as well.
results.
So let's spend that, and let's hold
Sandra.
off
They're like a
building a
mix.
structure for now.
Yeah, they have definitely
and
cut
that
down the
ends
resources.
turn
No, I
1.
think we still have a spell that we can cast.
All right, yeah, let's start casting right away. Frostblade. This is a unit enchantment, which basically enchants every unit of a particular type.
Yes.
It will take 2 turns, so we're going to start casting that right now, and it will trigger in 2 turns when we'll see the effect of it.
Okay.
All right, so I think that's it.
They
That
also
does
had that in the
indeed,
game before.
Wrap up what we wanted to do.
All right, so there we go. Turn 2.
Your
So we
spells
have our
or
independence
whatever
moving,
they called it in
enemies
Planetfall.
moving, and the second day dawn. So we go in and continue.
So yeah, the biggest surprise was
our
definitely that you can now
exploration
create your
efforts.
own
this is
race
our
completely.
Scout units. Scouts, they can see further. It can also be buffed
I mean,
with their own
they
classes
were
spells. And
going into that direction with Planetfall.
This is fire giants. Inferno Hounds.
Mythic unit.
I mean, this actually looks like a really good spot. We have a magic material, which are like special resources that contain good bonuses. This one actually improves our Whispering Stone allegiance. So if we assign a Whispering Stone to a independent city, we will gain more allegiance with them. So this is actually a really good spot to claim. But yeah, we will need to kick these guys off their node.
Luckily, they do not seem intimidating at all.
No, so we should prepare.
Especially
should
not
be
a
fine.
mythic creature like a fire
All right, so we're gonna go out and
right.
move these.
What can go wrong?
This Sunderer a little bit south. Oh, here we have a warning domain, which is a brigand camp, and they are still sleeping. It's hidden here. It's just across the.
Oh, that's new.
Just in the fog, and our spawners in Age of 4 they project domain, which can also overlap with your own domain. And if that happens, it will cause all sorts of problems. So we need to stop them before
yes.
they grow too big. They will
Interesting.
send out raiding parties.
I mean,
yeah,
they had a
that's
similar
for
system
a
before
second,
where the free
goal,
cities
in addition
could
to acquiring
become
that location there.
that kind of
And then we
stuff.
have our main group of Arctica, our Wizard King, who of course is heroic, meaning that she can join in fights herself.
So she will actually show up as a unit on the battlefield.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
that's new.
So here we have the Force of Well. Oh, it's still 1 turn away, so we're able
In
to.
the previous
to do
games,
some
you were
next time.
always.
Maybe we should
No, actually,
build a storehouse.
That I tend to go for a workshop because more production means that
No,
things get
More
built
unit.
faster.
You couldn't be on the
let's
battlefield,
go for
right?
the workshop. We'll take 7 turns to build.
Yeah, and these
Oh, no,
two
you
queues
could.
are independent of each other, so
No, you
having
could.
stuff
What
in
am I
both
saying?
queues
You
doesn't actually
could.
negatively impact the other queue.
No, only they will eat into gold.
Yeah.
So you need to make
okay,
choices.
I was blanking on that
It's also why
completely,
we
and I
have two
don't know why.
different production kinds of income.
It's like, what?
You have
Of course.
production and you have draft, which is used for your units.
All right. So let's not wake these guys up and move out of their territory. Yep. Okay. So we actually finished casting Frostblades. So here we are in the interior of our palace, and we can start our casting process. So we're going to affect these units, and boom, there we
Cool.
go, Frostblades, which attach ice damage to.
Oh, that looks cool.
Weapons.
No, they have
And
the
they are
eyes on the
glowing.
weapons.
They now have snowballs.
Snowballs. You can throw snowballs. Yeah.
They should do
Alright,
that.
so,
Instead of
these
throwing
can stay
spears,
here
they're
for a
starting
turn.
to throw like
we
magical
have our,
snowballs.
leader who's about to investigate this ruin here, the
yes.
fortress of Woe.
Whoa.
Let's explore. So each of these ancient wonders, they have an event picked, and they change per type. So here we have a knight. Never trust knights. Holding captives,
Yeah.
and they are up for trading those captives. So we have a bunch of choices. We can attack the captors, or we can just buy the captives
They cost
off them. But yeah, we split up our stack.
400.
Yeah.
As we can see, it's a
and we
risky
got a little
battle.
bit of an estimate here, which now this
Yeah.
looks like a very dangerous battle.
yeah.
So
Risky battle.
I think we have to cower out a little bit and just buy them.
yeah, I mean, we have the money,
Yeah.
just
So-
about.
Yeah, just about. So let's do that and see where that. Where
We
that
have
takes
the
us.
money,
Ta-da!
and now you
Alright, so
don't.
here we see the aftermath. So the captives actually came from that village that we just
Ah.
encountered. And that's fantastic because it gives us a bunch of options. We can
Oh, that's cool.
release the civilians and get a very high relation
Yes,
boost. And this will give them, this will
300
sway
plus.
them and increase the rate at which they
We gain allegiance.
gain allegiance. So this would be a good option if we choose the diplomatic paths, which we do. These are our brothers, and we can then also choose an evil faction by keeping these people for ourselves, not send them back to their town.
Yeah.
But, hey, you live with us now.
Who would
But
do such
we'll
a
be nice
thing?
people. Let's just send them home, and we'll be increasing the
I
relations.
wonder what
with,
being good
our
or
town
evil
leaders.
would
So
do
look,
in
they've
Age
got
of Wonders 4,
400.
because
they are very trusting at this point.
it was in previous
And,
games.
It will be
And
shorter to go to our next.
It gave you
Yeah,
some
we can see that
boosts,
it's 2
and
turns
then at
for,
the end you could get
Yep.
like a
Corporation.
really
Right,
strong
so now we've cleared
unit.
this node. It has a
Right,
dotted
like
line.
in
means that it's
Age of
not
Wonders 3, I
actually
think you could
attached
summon like
to
an
one of the
angel
provinces.
or
It will
something
give
like that.
A big income bonus.
So I'm
to,
ki- I'm kinda
even
curious
increase fortification
what they're
health depending on the number of quarries. So this is a very important sort of wonder that we can attach to cities. As our cities grow, and maybe we'll acquire this one, we can choose to either attach it to this city, or we can choose to attach it to this city to have the bonus. But we need to grow towards it if that's our plan. But we're done here for now, and we are gonna be
So that stays
back.
also the
bringing her
same.
back and prepare to kick some ass. Some
Actually,
giants'
no.
ass, actually.
Let's
Actually, no.
timber.
That
That's
is
timber.
new.
All right.
You could
And we are
never
at
say,
day 6.
at least not in Planetfall,
We're getting
if
closer
I remember
to
this correctly, you could never say, I want to attach this
giant
wonder
here, and we are able to cast
a specific
the,
city.
elemental, and we can cast it right on top of our stack. So we have a full stack of 6 units now.
Whoa.
But it's time for battle.
Think so.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yeah, let's show the battle.
All right, so
Yeah,
we're
fight,
gonna go in.
fight,
and
fight.
actually, I think you
Yes.
are gonna play. All right, manual combat, and it's a risky battle.
Let's do
It's
this.
nothing we
Yeah.
can't handle.
But this gentleman.
But
he
yeah,
has
that you can now
clocked the most
choose where the
hours
wonder is getting
on
attached
Age of Wonders
to.
4
Okay.
in the entire
Oh.
world. So should
Okay.
be in good hands.
Okay, Jordy, let's see what you can do.
Such a good thing. Oh,
All right, so we've made our way into manual combat, and let's get a closer look at the field. So, what we have here is our enemies on the iron node that they were
need to
just
drink something.
occupying. And
sorry.
as you can see, they're moving into a choke point here, and we're gonna see if we can abuse that.
This is far more
So-
detailed.
I'm first going to move my units forward.
There's a lot of detail on the
Each
battlefield.
unit has a specific role, and these roles are very visible on their unit banner by the little icons.
Oh, they have definitely
So I'm just
changed the
gonna
interface
move
there.
my
All the
units
abilities
into
there.
position a bit.
They're the movement points.
And then we're going to talk
You have 3
for a little
points.
bit
You can
about
use them for
what
movement or
they
for
do.
attack. Okay, so far so
we have
good.
this shield unit, which has as a defense mode.
Interesting.
It projects an aura around itself, and that aura provides additional defense to any unit.
I'm glad that they are maybe
there.
putting... Ow.
The same is done by the support unit,
that they're
which
putting
has
in
a
more
defense mode
abilities
that does this for resistance.
which give you
So by basically
buffs.
setting these up together, we create a
Like,
nice
give
little
my
place
units
for our
more
units
abilities.
to be safe from any incoming damage. And we're just gonna end turn here, and we're gonna watch what the enemies are doing.
Well, for now, they're putting
So
themselves
as
into a
expected,
choke
they're
point.
moving into the choke point. Now, first I'm gonna start off casting a spell. This is Ice Coffin, and it has a chance to freeze units. And the reason why I want to do this is because this is a ranged unit. And ranged units are a pain when they can attack from a distance. So by freezing it, we're just essentially trying to lock it down and give us an extra turn of managing damage.
Ranged units do damage
That seems like it worked out great.
on
Luckily
range?
it did. So I'm gonna
Well,
take
Sakura
this
has apparently
warrior,
come
and it
online.
has a special ability, Shield Bash, which is gonna, if it triggers,
I
it's
don't know why
gonna
that is
stun
overlaying.
the giant, basically locking it down for a turn. And if it doesn't, it's gonna retaliate. And it didn't, so now we're gonna take a lot of damage.
Massive damage.
It's not
Well, that
Too
wasn't great, but it's not too bad.
bad.
Yeah.
Famous last words. Gonna move my support here.
Oh, that's a bit
And I'm
close,
just
isn't
gonna
it?
Position my skirmishers at a bit of a distance, because skirmishers have both melee and range attacks. And the beauty of this range attack from the Sunderer is that it has a chance to inflict thunder defense. And
Wow,
if
that
hits,
fire
it's gonna
giant.
make the unit or the enemies a lot more susceptible to damage,
So we can see that it was
It
43%
resisted.
chance.
and it resisted.
It's a tough nut to crack, this giant.
Yeah, and I don't think it's gonna go any better, so I'm actually gonna move up closer and I'm gonna use this overchannel ability. That's something that Wizard Kings have, or in this
Okay.
case a Wizard Queen, and that allows us to cast another spell this turn.
Oh.
And in this case, I'm just gonna use it to cast Vision of Victory. That's gonna allow us to basically stack critical hit
Fortune.
chance. And then in
I
this case, we're
remember
just
in
gonna
Age of Wonders that there
attack
was a
from a
whole
distance
race and some
and
really
see if we
crazy
can
shenanigans
freeze a
you could
couple
do
more units.
with crit.
And that
Like-
at least the freeze keeps
But
hitting.
yeah,
You could do some crazy stuff with it.
They're good with the cold stuff.
You could have like some really high crit chance
so
and
now
then
we're just
just
dish
eradicate
out some
shit
damage,
on the battlefield. Oh,
And
there's the critical
then
hit.
We're gonna let the enemies go ahead and smash.
And missed.
Oh, and as we saw there, we actually have hit chances. Ranged units have a 90% chance to hit, and this can go up and down. And if it misses, like we just saw, there's the chance that it hits a unit further in the back.
And melee units, of course, always hits, but they might not hit as well as they could be. Oh, and another. Luckily, we resisted the burning. There aren't that many shield warriors left. Is that going to be a problem?
It definitely is, because in Age of Wonders 4, damage dealt is reduced if figures in a unit are gone. So as we see here, now we're only going to be able to do 8 damage on a 3-strike attack.
Okay, if that's
That isn't great. So what we want to do is we want to actually heal, because the moment that you heal, you're going to gain more health, you're going to gain more figures,
Yeah, and we can
okay.
see
That's
there's more
yeah.
of them now.
They
and
they
our
had that.
damage
Okay.
has increased again. So
But
I
there's,
want to...
there's also some problems in the back.
Yes, these Inferno puppies, I think. These are the puppies.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're called
They've
Infernal
come up.
Puppies.
They're really close, and they're locking my Sunburst down from doing a ranged attack.
Exactly.
So I'm just gonna take them out, and that frees us up to do another
Nice.
javelin throw, in the hopes that it's gonna sunder the
I would
giant.
probably first try to kill. Oh, there it is. I would first try to
And it
kill
did.
all the
And it
ants.
was a
Right.
crit.
Very nice.
And it was a crit.
So
and it
the issue
did
here is that sadly we don't have a line of sight
0
on the
damage.
giant.
Okay.
I'm gonna move my shamans a bit closer, and that still doesn't give us line of sight, but it gives us a better hit chance at hitting the infernal hounds, which are also poisoned as it seems. And I'm going to actually use invigorate to just get our numbers up so that when we do attack, we have enough units or enough figures
That's
to discharge some good damage.
wow.
And here we can see this would
The
be
buff
quite a
seems to
heavy
be really
retaliation.
strong to turn around
So
some
instead, I'm
like
just gonna
situations.
Take out these hounds, and then it's their turn again.
But not many units left for the Marauders at this point.
Well, the
Independents.
most important
No.
ones, the
And
range
the-
ones,
the guys in
and
the back walking
the
up. They're no longer
fire
frozen.
giants.
No,
So,
but they are fumbling.
Yes, they are.
And that's a quirk of the new system. We have a much more in-depth morale system.
oh,
If I
interesting.
look at these magma spirits over here, as we can see, the morale is low because of their allies that have been killed, and also because there's only 2 units left in the entire battle. If this gets low enough,
Wow.
it can cause all the units on the battlefield to flee.
Oh,
So
that is
we're
definitely new. Like
just
the whole
gonna
system is
focus
much more in
down,
depth. Like
actually,
previously,
we're
it
gonna
was just
Cost another vision of victory. Gonna
you
get
start
those
out
crit
with high
chances up.
morale, low morale,
And
and you
we're
would
just
have like
going
a higher
to
crit chance and a higher hit
Trigger the
chance and something like
retaliation
that.
from this dude.
And there were a few buffs you could put out to
'Cause
increase that, but it was never
Obviously,
really
this dude can take
like
it.
an important ingredient on the
But that's
battlefield.
also our spawned-in units, right? That we cast a
It's-
spell to get just before the battle started.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
if I'm right, we shouldn't do that, but we're gonna eat from underneath our friendly unit. And
Right, because
Yes.
these are cannibals.
Let's eat
so,
the
they
ice
took their
elemental.
packed
What are
lunch
you
that they
doing?
didn't have, but they found some snacks
Licking it?
on the ground, and now they're feeling a bit better.
Yeah, and again, that's something that helps us bring up our damage numbers. So for now, we're just gonna focus down the
I
giant
mean, he will make it, but
and really hope that it doesn't get too many other attacks in.
blind resisted.
It's gonna speed up combat a bit because it's going a bit slow.
I mean, the
You still don't
giant
have a line
is
of sight.
resisting a lot of things, but on the positive side, your crits do seem to be coming through, at least partially.
Yeah. now,
So crits
sadly, I
seems to be
completely
still
forgot that these
pretty
would be
strong
out of
in this
range,
game.
So I'm just gonna loop them around back. If I don't get confused by the Swedish keyboard,
It's the best keyboard. I don't know what you're talking about.
and then we're just gonna see if we can get to those.
Okay, there goes the
magma
ice thingy.
spirits from the
That's
back.
fine.
Okay, and our spawned-in units are unfortunately down, and we don't have many warriors left. There's one brave one, but then again,
That it
they
hurt.
are a shield unit, so they're there to soak up damage, at least in part.
Yeah. So here we see that we are also not just gonna be able to kill them, but thanks to flanking, we do a lot more additional damage. So getting up close, and down goes the battle mage.
Now
brutal.
only the giant is left. Let's see if you can deal with him.
Yeah.
It should be.
This should be easy
Standard
enough.
armor.
Oh, and
So I think this should be a kill shot. So let's get our queen to do it.
Bomb.
Nice.
And down
There
it
we go.
goes.
down it goes. Well
Wow.
played.
That was really well played.
Done.
Great results.
Okay, and that was just an early combat that might have been slightly tweaked for effect, but well played all the same. But I wanted to get to this is
Easy
not the only way
mode.
a combat in Age of Wonders 4 can look like, right? What are the other things that can happen, especially later on?
Probably the biggest change are the sieges. That brings an entire new dimension to
Oh.
to battles.
Okay.
Super interesting. One of the things I'm really keen to know more about, though, is what are Ice Witch been doing for the last 60 turns?
Oh yeah, let's take a look what he's been building. And so here we are in the domain of Arctica the North Star, mid to late game. So you see all this winter here, which is due to a
69
spell that we've
turns?
called Marching
Nice.
Winter, which,
Very nice.
Which turns everything into a winter wonderland. We have integrated our allies here, so they're not part of our own empire. We've annexed the Fortress of Woe, so that Ancient Wonder gives all its bonuses. Here we have a spreading invasion, so we should tackle that when we get to it. But
Also,
more urgently,
the fat penguin is
we
back.
have encountered an enemy who's launched an assault to
I
the
am
south of our
so
empire.
glad
Let's see who these guys are.
that the fat penguin is back.
Oh, toads.
Eh.
Do not like them.
We should freeze their swamps.
We should.
Yeah.
Toady
So,
McToadstool.
let's see who we have as an enemy. Clemens Shepherd, Seafaring Toadman. Oh, we should maybe freeze the water as well. We're gonna transform our people. Like, we have already cast a spell called
look
the
at
Frostling
that.
Transformation, which basically makes people dwell in cold domain and gain bonuses like higher morale in Arctic, immunity to being frozen, move faster through snow, which is really cool. But
That's
this is
crazy.
only a start. We need to do more if we want to get rid of those toads.
So you
Of
can
course.
now
So
have
the
evolutions
ones
with your
we
characters.
Use the Frostling Transformation, we get icicles on the back of our units. Jordi, I'm sure there are other transformation. What are some of your favorite ones?
Well, the ones that are really impactful, those are the demon ones or the angel ones. They get flying, so you get cool wings, and they look awesome.
The orc with the
Unfortunately,
angel
we're
wings.
almost out of time. But before we
Glorious.
leave, there are some things I do want to cover. One of the things we didn't have time to mention in-game was the Pantheon system. Jordi, what is it?
The Pantheon system is basically this overarching layer that means
Pantheon
that
system.
everything you do in-game feeds back into new unlocks for your characters, new realms to play. And this
Oh.
carries over even to your leaders. Some rulers that you've made and won a game with might show up again.
And sneakily, this leads into my few
Interesting.
questions I had for you, Leonard, because I wanted to confirm some things that have always been core to the Age of Wonders experience. And one of those
What
is
about the impact is-
replayability. With the Pantheon system, clearly that's there. But what more do we have to look forward to?
So yeah, there's many ways to play the game. We've got story missions, we've got standalone procedural maps, we have multiplayer, head-to-head multiplayer using simultaneous turns, as well as a cloud-based system where people you play your turn whenever it pleases you, and then you shoot the save up to the cloud for a friend to pick it up. So yeah, it should keep people busy for a very, very long time.
And especially with my favorite bit, which is the fact that the empires I've already played and kind of like completed a playthrough with, they might show up in a future playthrough, which, because I generally play jerks, is not going to look good for me.
You can turn that off too.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice.
Not turning it off. I'll just suffer through it. Guys, we're out of time, but before we go, first of all, massively thank you. I'm going to say
That was
again
good.
in a bit. Before, though, you guys watching need to know that Age of Wonders 4 is coming out on May 2nd on
Yes.
PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox
Oh.
Series X and S. And if you want to know more, there should
coming
be
out on
links
the
in
consoles
the
as well?
description or in the show notes. And most importantly, if you can, please wishlist the game right now. I'm sure there's going to be a link for it right now. Leonard,
Oh, I
Jordi,
will.
Thank you guys so much for coming to the
That's
Stage
awesome.
of Wonders to show off Age of Wonders 4.
Thank you very much.
Yo, that was cool, man. That was really, really well done. Oh, can please all those showcases take a note from this? It was as long as it needed it to be. It immediately told you what it is. It immediately showcased you the game. It was showing you the new stuff. Getting to the point. It's like, yes. Freaking yes, man. And it's coming May 2nd, which is pretty crazy. That is super close, and I love it. But yeah, this was a fantastic showcase. Really looking forward to Age of Wonders 4 now. I didn't have it on my list, and I just want to see more of it. I want to play it. I want to play it. Right meow. That would be fantastic. But yeah, again, great showcase, focusing on the important points, not dancing around the issues or anything. Like, oh, this was great. If every showcase we have over the years would be like this, it would be so much better. We had too many showcases which was just talking and people sitting in front of a camera talking all day and love to listen to their sound of their own voice, like I do right now, right? So in that spirit, I would do the same thing. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and to subscribe. I will have this video on my under management channel and on my React channel. So don't forget to subscribe and like to both of them. Not sure if this game will be Mole under management or if I will actually integrate it into my main channel. I think it would actually fit pretty well into Mole under management. Yeah, we'll see. But again, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, again, don't forget to like and to subscribe. And for all the people who are watching live, I will be back tomorrow on the main channel at ChaosMoe with Mole in the morning and your gaming news. And then we will probably continue the Control DLC, the Alan Wake one. Yeah, looking forward to that one. All right, with that said, have a good one, folks. Stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.